Hey guys, this is Mike the Wrestling Guy Smith. I just did my AEW All Out review, so once that's uploaded, you guys can check that out. Like I said, I really highly suggest you guys check it out because I have a lot to talk about. But anyway, this video is actually about AEW because this is what I think I'm looking at it as. I'm talking about it as a retrospective, or not really a retrospective, but what's the future for AEW. And I think the future for AEW, they're gonna last, man. They're gonna last like NXT. They're gonna last. They're gonna be doing a lot because you know what? The reason why I say this, why is AEW is gonna do good? Because AEW is the one company in wrestling today that isn't like, and everybody thinks it's like WCW 2020, but it's not. It's a breath of fresh air from WCW. It is. Because the way they have the title contention set up, the way you can actually win a title contention, and the way you get a number one contender spot is genius. Because you don't get that in WWE. You don't. And I'm sorry because this is the thing. NXT you get it because NXT tries to push their storyline, but this is the thing I'm saying. The reason why AEW does so much better and they're getting like a lot of money and people want to buy into it because it's fresh. It's new. Because Cody's a guy who took guys from the ex WWE guys, ex TNA guys who could have been bigger stars if they were booked. And this is the thing: is that my thing is that we're fans. We shouldn't have to deal with crappy booking, crappy storylines that don't make any kind of sense. Because as an example, I'm going to tell you the most crappy storyline we have right now in the WWE is literally the Hurt Business messing with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander on the main roster in WWE. That's the storyline we have right now. And the thing is, AEW don't ruin their championship reigns. They actually let them go. See, a women's champion in WWE, you can only be like 5 or 6 times. Or they want to push a person to make them a heel, so they can make them a hateful person like Bayley. And that's the thing, I like the push they're giving her because she's a heel right now. She beat the crap out of Sasha and they're gonna fight over the belt, which gives it amazing pop off story. But here's the thing about AEW. The reason why I'm saying this, guys, is that AEW is one of those companies in the world that actually tries. They want to try. They want to put the company first. They put the people in the company first. They don't. There's not a Vince. That's the problem. Tony Khan is not Vince. Vince McMahon is a 70-year-old man who is literally having these guys that don't know how to book or make storylines. Make storylines. Like I said before, I can't I can't speak for what they're gonna do in the coming year, but if 2020, this is the thing, 2020 has actually told us, even with the pandemic, that they're still putting on good matches. They're still doing it. They're still giving us a pop. They're still giving us a story that's not even bad. Because they're booking people that need to be booked. They're putting them in storylines that actually make sense. See, you got Kip Sabian, which is great. You got him. You got Pineapple Pete. You got Sunny Kiss. You have him. You literally have the Pineapple Express. Sorry, not Pete. Pineapple Express. You have guys that are great. You have Sheeta as the women's champion that's bolstering the roster because she's bringing people from NWA that want to come in to AEW if they want to take that. She signed a contract. She's with AEW. That's the crazy thing. Hikaru Shida is never gonna win that belt because she's too good. She's too good. It's like everybody going to WWE because they don't have a choice. Because if everybody doesn't want to go, Matt Sydal was in WWE and he left to go to Impact to become Matt Sydal. Because Evan Bourne wasn't doing anything. They don't know how to book him. They didn't even know how to do Punk. And Punk could have came in AEW and actually got tons more money. Because I think he would have showed the new guys how to be extreme, how to be straight edge, how to be extreme in his own way. That's the thing. AEW has shown us, and I'm telling you this is true, it is showing us that wrestling is still wrestling. Wrestling has fans. We're marks. That's what we live on. It's not a dumb company. It's not the WWE that's a corporate giant because they want to be corporate and they want to sell you on something. I don't need to be sold on something. I've seen the talent. I'm seeing what you're doing. You can't even revitalize some of these dudes, and some of these dudes came from NXT that could have been booked as bigger stars, but they didn't. Example, Cesaro. Example, Sami Zayn. Example, Shinsuke. Those three don't never get booked in anything. Example, Braun Strowman. That could have been booked if they actually booked them right. And he became Universal Champion like 5 years later. When does it ever change, bro? This is why I get so tired of dealing with WWE's crap because they don't know how to book people. Because they should have been this thing. AEW takes the guys and revitalizes them and actually make them feel like they're champion. Look at Brody Lee. He's got a whole group of dudes. And the thing is, he's got Colt there. Colt's actually been on a tear because he's on the Dark Order. And he's been winning. He's been winning. Because of Brody Lee's help. But he's winning, though. He's giving them a shot. He's letting them go. You got best friends there that they think they're a joke. Like, Kenny and Hangman think they're a joke, but they're not because they're really good because Orange Cassidy's showing a little bit of fire. You got them, and you literally have Jungle Express with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. How do you get a 3-person tag team? And I'm thinking about it a little bit too. Like Bully Ray said, AEW's like ECW, but just so much better in the next level capacity because we can't do it. I mean, just imagine it, guys. I'm being honest. Just imagine if we got like Rob Van Dam or Rhino or Sabu. Like Rhino would probably demolish some dudes, but I think he would want to go. Or Heath. Slater. You know, you get him. You bring him into AEW and make him a star. That's what you do. You bring Matt Cardona, a.k.a. Zack Ryder, into AEW, and he's dominating like a champ. This dude does it so much better, and that's the thing. He could have been booked so much better. And they should have booked him. They should have took that the internet champion away. They should have made him an Intercontinental champion a long time ago. Not at WrestleMania. They should have made him a WWE champion. At least have him have like a decent title reign. No. See, AEW's going to last because Mox isn't like everybody else. That's why he stays. That's why Renee might be going to AEW. That's why she'll be going to AEW. Because I feel like if she goes to AEW, she's going to get so much money that it's not even going to care. Because she basically told WWE, fuck you, and left. That's my thing, guys. Like, I love Renee Young. And I do. But here's my thing about Jon Moxley. This dude has been on AEW for about a year. And he's been the most dominant champion they've seen. Besides Chris Jericho. And the thing is, when Chris Jericho showed up, that was Mox. He's going to come right behind. You know what he did? He got him in there. Cody was like, let him go. Let him do a promo. Let him say whatever he wants to say. Don't script him. That's the thing. If I was going to do a promo, I go to AEW because I'm like, yo, I don't want to be scripted. I want to say whatever I want to say that I know. I've seen guys like Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston isn't bad. I've seen guys like him 1,000 times because he flows. You see, you guys got like Chris Jericho, you got Jim Ross, you got Tony Schiavone, you got Excalibur. 3 guys that can actually work together, that actually have their own brand of chemistry without even trying. It's a breath of fresh air between Beth Phoenix and Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett. But I like all 3 of them because they can mesh together too. I miss Mauro Ranallo because I think he was really excited. He takes everything hype. I like that. And I'm hoping if they sign that dude at AEW, it's going to be great. I want to see him be on AEW just taking out matches and stuff and start stewing up Mamma Mia's and stuff. Like, this dude was so hyped about it. I'm glad that he does his job. But this is the thing. AEW, guys, and I'm saying this because AEW does what they do. They prove it to us every night. They do it. They get insurance. They get everything they could possibly want because AEW is not these companies that end up being multi-million dollar companies. Like they don't have a Dixie Carter, and I'm glad they don't because I'm looking at guys that are in the ring, doing what they love to do. And AJ could have went to AEW a long time ago. The phenomenal one could have been at AEW and actually made some money with Kenny and been with his old squad, been with the Young Bucks, and kind of did something. Maybe a rebirth of Bullet Club, a rebirth of the Phenomenal Elite or something. Just something cool. Because this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing guys that come in AEW that have potential. I'm seeing guys that come in that got the potential to be great champions because they know how to book them. And I'm thinking, guys, and this is my prediction. I'm also going to tell you guys, I apologize if this is a long video, but I'm explaining. AEW for 2021 is going to be killing it. They are going to win. The future of AEW is happening. No matter what people think that AEW, like it's going to burn out. No. You know why it's never going to burn out? Because everything we see, we're going to be able to see more of. Everything we get, we see. It's like WCW. Everything we were going to get, we should have got. We shouldn't have had Hogan. Hogan was around with the 80s because he was cool with the kids. That was the only reason he was in WCW. Because the 90s kids wanted to see him. Because Sting came out and took his superhero gimmick to like Crow gimmick and basically said, yo, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be the dark entity that you guys don't want me to be, but I'm going to change it a bit. I'm going to do this. And he was saying that because even when they folded, he was the only guy that didn't go. 2001, mid-2001, and he could have won. I think I know why he didn't want to go. Because if he would have showed up in WWE, the Attitude Era would have never really existed because it would have never really worked with him. It wouldn't, because nobody would have known who he was. They would have booed him or probably said you're a freak or some craziness. And people know Sting because that's the thing. People know Sting because he's relevant because he's been in TNA. See, when Sting or Kevin Nash show up or anybody from those old days or Booker T, anybody, Lex Luger, anybody who shows up. And Lex Luger's not even a wrestler anymore because he did all that stuff. That's the problem. He could have did so much and they could have booked him. And WCW was all about just giving people free money because they could show up and get a paycheck. Look at Bret. Bret literally left WWF, went to WCW because of the whole screw job thing. And if he did a promo, it wouldn't have made sense because you know why? Because you can't have a guy make a promo about a company that you got fired from. Aaron Rex did that junk on Impact, and look where we see that dude at now. He went from being an Impact from being in NWA, which doesn't really do anything for him because he's not a great wrestler. He's not. Because at the end of the day, he literally tries to be something that he is not. He is a immensely talented guy. He could have had a championship. He could have been World Heavyweight Champion if they knew how to book him. That is my problem. They cannot book these dudes right. And I'm telling you guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, guys. AEW is going to survive because of the new storylines, because of the talent, the massive talent they acquire every week, every pay-per-view. And I'm saying this is what I was saying before. And this is the thing. AEW is literally it's like a steak, it's like a soup that you can have. And the thing is, it keeps everybody in it because everybody wants to watch Wednesday because we want to know what's going to happen. We want to know because Mox makes it fun. Mox sits up and has a championship and gets up and doesn't think of it as a damn team. And he was with Brandy and Cody and the rest of them. He was running with those cats. That's how he knew. Because Cody knew he could go better than this. And he went and he took his talent even better and made a company out of that talent. You got guys running, they had their own press conference and got Chris Jericho to show up and try to fight him. How do you get Chris Jericho? And that's a hard guy to get. And Billy Gunn, the most well-known superstars in the world you try to get. And then you get a person from NWA, you get Thunder Rosa. How do you sell her on that? See, what I mean, guys, is this. AEW is not going anywhere. NXT is not going anywhere. AEW is going to probably wipe the WWE off the map because they're going to take all their bloody talent. And I bet you if they were in the UK, most of the dudes that are in NXT UK would have left. They would have flocked right to AEW. Jordan Devlin would have been Jordan Devlin. He would have came in there and got in the match with Kip Sabian or something, and it would have been an absolute classic. Because some reason, I already see it. Some reason I already see them going because I see them doing something with Kip. Because Kip Sabian is not like everybody else. He's not. He does his own gimmick, has his own style, has his own thing going on, doing what he loves to do, has what he has to deal with, gets up and does it. All those dudes are on the roster that are getting paid all this money because Tony Khan can do it. MJF can do it because he's already rich. He's already fat. He's already extremely wealthy. So if he quits, he could be like, oh, I'm already wealthy, so I don't really need the money. He does it because he wants the title. See, AEW makes you hungry. AEW makes you hungry to be a champion. That's what it makes you want to be. It makes you want to be a champion. It makes you want to be a god. It makes you want to take on the world. It makes you even want to think about having that championship for one shot. See, WWE used to do that with the Rules Aggression era. They used to want you to be World Heavyweight Champion. They used to want to put crazy matches. We don't get them. We don't even get an Elimination Chamber in NXT, and that would actually work. Because that'd be a massive rating thing for them on their pay-per-view. If they do an Elimination Chamber match, the same way they did the Fatal 4-Way Iron match, they could have did that. Then Elimination Chamber, Adam Cole would have won. Because he would have won. He would have been the last dude. Because next week, literally next Tuesday is going to be great. Because everyone's going to be hyped about next Tuesday. Everyone's going to be hyped about it because AEW is going to take it. And they do it every year. They do it. They take it and they go a different route. They go a different route than what WWE is going. And that's why people are tuning in to AEW and NXT. But AEW gets more ratings because everybody is popped. Like, look, Mox is going to have a massive pop on Wednesday. He's going to have a massive pop. And MJF is going to be a massive dickhead. I already see it. He is. He's going to be a massive pain in everybody's butts. Everybody. And the things we dislike him so much because he talks so much smack and he backed it up. And he was trying to go with his presidential gimmick and it didn't even work. And you got Wardlow, that's your guy. And the thing is, he talks and he doesn't do anything. So literally, I would have been like, yo, Wardlow, I would have been like, yo, dude, like, boss, I quit. You're not helping us. You're my mule ticket. Like I said, the future of AEW, or AEW 2021, is coming.